Oh, yeah, I'm up. Thank you, Jake the Arsehole Chicken, for waking me. Yeah, what were we gonna do? Ah, that's right. What the is Squid Game?
This episode of the LimeyPlay story is rated M for mature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, I'm LimeyPlay, and thank you so much for joining me today. Yes, I've decided to capitalize on the popularity of Squid Game, shall we say, and see if it does something with my viewership. You know, this is what we're here for after all. But also because, yeah, I had no idea that it was a show. I heard about the Roblox Squid Game some time ago, watching different YouTubers online. I do follow some of these gaming streamers and that, and occasionally they'd pop up with this Squid Game. I basically turned it off because if it isn't a game that I play, I tend to not watch. But boy, I wish I had. Then I found out that it was a series, and then literally the day after, it's all over the news because kids are playing the games, copying the games and playing them at school, like in the playgrounds and stuff. So yeah, I don't know, I missed the boat on that one, but boy, am I going to look into it now. First off, just in case anyone like me has no idea, Squid Game is a South Korean survival drama that is currently streaming on Netflix. It was written and directed by Hwang Dong-kyuk, and it stars, among others, Lee Jung-jae, Park Hae-soo, Lee Ha-jun, and some others. Quite a few sort of main characters, although there's like your one main, but then there's some others that are pretty close. It just focuses on groups, really, it seems. Watching the trailer and stuff now, the series revolves around 456 contestants that are from all different sort of circumstances, but they all share one thing in common, which is that they owe a boatload of money to whoever, wherever, whatever. So they have this definite reason to take part. Some way or other they get invited to this game. It's like a series of South Korean children's games where the winner or winners can take 45.6 billion won prize, or they lose and get murdered. So apparently Hwang wrote this back in like 2009. It was sort of inspired by his own economic struggles and his sort of social standing in life, like his class, but he couldn't find anyone to produce it. And then 2019, Netflix took an interest in it because they have been pushing the international market pretty hard. So yeah, they took an interest in it, and it came out on the 17th of September this year. Now, a month and a couple days later, it has surpassed last year's Bridgerton as the most watched Netflix series ever. In fact, it has attracted more than 111 million viewers. So it is pretty bloody popular. So what are we going to do first? We are going to watch some of the series. Hi, Editing Limey here. Sadly, I did get a copyright strike for including some of Netflix's footage of Squid Game with my reaction. So I've cut that bit out, and needless to say, watching people get killed because they lost in what is essentially, a child's game, something from people's childhood, is definitely disturbing in several ways. But instead, here is basically the same thing, but inside Roblox Squid Game. Enjoy. Oh, there's lots of people.
Today we will be playing red light, green light. When it says green light, you can walk. When it says red light, stop. If your movement is detected afterwards, you will be eliminated. Reach the end within the 3-minute timer to win.
That's funny. That guy's got a cane.
Green light.
Whoa! Ah, forgot what buttons it was for a second.
Red light.
Ah! What the F?
Red light.
Ah! that actually gets a little bit on the tense side. Like, you know, you're worried that you're not going to get your fingers off in time. I mean, it wasn't that hard, but oh my goodness, look. It can't. It's just, it's not appropriate. Is it? Yeah. My takeaway from that, not for kids. Let's have a quick look at what the news was saying a few days ago. And kids copying it in the playgrounds. Schools have warned teachers to make sure their kids are not watching that show. When this came up like 3-4 days ago, it didn't. I don't think it didn't really mention Roblox. But we had, for example, one of the schools in East Yorkshire over here in the UK, their years 3 to 6, a lot of their students had said that they'd watched it. Years 3 to 6 would put them at sort of 7 to 11 years old. So not good, really. And then when I looked at some of the more recent stuff, like within the last 24 hours, they are finally sort of mentioning Roblox, because I think that's where a lot of the kids would have found out about it, or would have, you know, some of them probably weren't able to watch the Netflix show. Hopefully their parents had parental locks on it, you know, pins, whatever. So they would have probably got it through Roblox. And I did test, so, you know, when I signed up for my Roblox account and I put my proper age in and everything, you know, like you normally would. And so it had me classed as over 13. That's sort of their cutoff line, I guess, for where they, if you're younger than 13, they will, you know, block certain content. Now, obviously, the game I just played was tagged as a horror, which, you know, kind of is. And obviously, the characters are getting shot and killed. And yeah, it's not blood and guts or anything, but you lose the game, you get shot. I changed the year on my account to put me in the under 13 category, and the game was still available. So I checked that out. I put myself as like 8 years old. I think it was. I grabbed like 2013. So if there's no sort of lock on it, then any kid can do it. In fact, a lot of these games experiences, they call them on Roblox, are made by kids. Like anyone can create something on there. You know? And then the Roblox site even says that, you know, there's no age limit. Any kid can play it as long as there's not a parental lock. That content is free for anyone to play. Like a 5-year-old could play that. You know, it's all sorts of wrong. Netflix definitely been getting a bit of stick, I think, with it. But they put an age restriction on. They've basically done everything that they could. You know, like Netflix is supposed to be, it's almost like it's replaced rental companies, hasn't it? You know, and, you know, with the rental companies, yeah, there'd be the guy at the counter to sort of, well, you're old enough, the kid wouldn't grab anything, you know, unless the parent grabbed it. With Netflix, same thing. Parents don't set up parental controls, then the kids can watch anything they want on it. And then Roblox really dropped the ball and doesn't really seem to be censoring much at all. Honestly, it leaves me at a loss for words. It's shocking. Yes, a lot of blame falls with parents. When it comes to like games and shows where people are getting shot and killed, little kids should not be playing that, should not be seeing that. Maybe this is a stark reminder that parents really do need to start paying attention to what their kids can get access. It's the electronic age, isn't it? Everything's technology. You can do everything you want to online, which means just as in the past, and even still now, you've got to make sure your kids are street smart. You've got to protect them when they go out. Well, same thing online. And just as much as you want to protect your kids when they're outside, parents need to protect them online as well, and set up some of the mini safety features that are available to them. So, I mean, all in all, can't really put any blame on Netflix. They've put stuff up there, there's stuff in play to try to stop stuff like this happening. Roblox, I think, is majorly irresponsible, and they drastically need to change how they do business. One of the other things on there as well was, so with the one I had a look at, and there were pages and pages of Squid Game. When you open it up, you can pay 100. They have Robux like an in-game currency that you actually buy with real money, and you can pay 100 of these Robux to do a private game, and people that actually win get to split all those Robux. This is basically allowing kids to gamble. I can't see it any other way. Yeah, there's sort of the separation once they've bought the in-game currency, but no, it's still teaching them how to gamble, and it's something that came from real money. After seeing that bit, I'm beyond amazed at how, with all of the censorships that seem to happen online and cancel culture and all that stuff, how the fuck does Roblox get away with something like that? If you're a parent of a young child, pay attention to what they're doing. Keep an eye on what they're watching, what they're seeing online, what games they're playing. Maybe find out what they're doing when they ask for a bit of money to top up one of their games. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. As always, I've been LimeyPlay. Take care of each other and stay safe.